Dumelang Sanbanani, I'm Shani. Hello. Hi. It's a girl Kia Muraka and welcome to my channel. Oh, Murake. If you're new to this channel, it's all about fashion, beauty, and self-care. And to my regular schmegulars, I see you guys. The girl is growing, the channel is growing. So I thank you very much. Thank you for your keto. Let's carry on showing some love to your girl because talent corner is not for mahala, you know, I'm not shooting for free. Anyways, today's video is a fashion video, upcycling video, yay! And I will be making a bubble dress. I'm super nervous, but super excited at the same time. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it. You know, there's nothing much to say. I need it for tomorrow. At least right now it's what time? It's me and studying things late. It's 6 p.m. now. I need it for tomorrow, like at least by 12. I must be done 12 p.m. But I'm gonna make sure I finish it tonight. And by the looks of it, like it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't need much. Like, you know, it's a simple thing. It's a very easy thing. Right. So anyways, let's get into it. Let me show you guys what I'll be using to make the bubble dress. So I'll be using this skirt, this cutie skirt, which was one of my grannies. I have two grannies, they're sisters. One of my grannies, I don't know which one is it. Is it my granny, like my mother's mother, or his sister? One of them. But yeah, I'll have to find out. But yeah, this was one of their skirts, and it's a cute skirt. Like it's cute. If I had to even do it my size, it would look nice on me. But you know what the issue is? You know what the issue is? Your girl does not do such. This is not your girl's style. Mixy. No. Your girl is a baddie. The shorter the better. So yeah, no, I'm gonna use this. I like the material, the pattern, the flowers, you know. I feel like it would look very nice as a bubble dress. Oh, and also it's gonna be a boob-tube dress. Let me show you guys the vision because I did make a drawing so that I know what I'm doing. Let me show you. This is the vision of the dress. This is the front and this is the back. Let me just get it closer there so you guys can see. Right, so you see, simple. So yeah, boob-tube ne? I'm going to leave this lining out. It's like silk. The waistband, I mean, it's like silk. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna cut it, and the dress must just be like, you know, boob-tube there. And then we're gonna have like strings at the back as always to be able to adjust it to, you know, I don't know, our size, our silhouette, our body. And then yeah guys, let's get into it ne? Okay, so I am going to need two materials for this bubble dress, and one is the main fabric, obviously main material, and then the other is going to be a lining. I'm going to use the skirt. It's like a similar silhouette to the main. I'm going to use the skirt for the lining. And this material, what material is this? I can't even tell. Oh, and this is from Woolworths. It's polyester. The material is polyester and it's a little bit stretchy. So yeah, this is what I'm going to use. Ne? First step, guys, I don't have a thingy. I don't have a tripod, so please forgive me when I don't show you when I'm doing the things to be done. I just show you guys after I do them. But this is going to be pretty much simple. Well, hopefully, yeah. So I'm going to use the bottom part for the bubble dress, right? Oh, this is a lot of material though. So what I'm going to do next, turn it inside out first. That is the first step. And then I'm going to fold it. I think it's better I fold it from the bottom because wow. I'm going to fold it how many times? I have have to fold it in so as in it's folded properly. I'm going to fold it 2 times because that was 1. This is 2. Making sure that there are no, the fabric is sitting properly in there. I folded it 2 times. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, I'm going to measure like how long I want the bubble skirt to be. And I'd also like the skirt not to start by the waist because usually it's here. I wanted to start like here, like, you know, like a little bit like that, like a little bit lower, you know. And obviously it must be short, we don't want a long one. So yeah, I'm going to measure how long that is from here to my ass, and then we're gonna measure that length here. And then here we don't really need a measurement here because we're gonna gather the material together. I'm just going to make like a, what is it, half circle, you know, I don't even know what to call it, but I'm just gonna make a line going that way according to the length. Obviously a line just curving like that because, you know, when it comes to the waist it does curve, right, so that it can open that circle in the middle. But it's gonna be a big circle because as you can see the skirt is big, but I think that's better because it's gonna make it more puffier. We'll see how it comes out, so let me get into that. Okay, so I made, as you can see, I made a line using a pencil going that way, and I was just basically, I measured, it's 12 cm, the one, the length that I want. So guys, I'm sorry, not having a tripod is a mission. So I kept on, you know, putting the measuring tape like that, adding, I made it 13 for seam allowance, but it's actually 12. So yeah, half an inch for this side seam allowance and half an inch for this side, and then it's obviously going to be 12 of that. So yeah, I just kept on putting it like that, you know, going like that, going like making a line, making a line, making a line, making a line. According to that, that's how I measured it. Now I'm going to cut it. I cut the lining and the main fabric. I want to show you guys the length, I mean the width, the difference of the width. So that's what we're dealing with, right? That's what we're dealing with. When I put it around me, I want to show you guys, this is how much that's left. Like, it's not even, as you can see. When I put it around me, this is how much I have of the that's not enough. That's how much I have remaining, because I was thinking if I cut the main fabric, you know, so that it can be the same proportion as the same proportion or the size proportion. Now I'm using, you know, the strong words. Thanks. Anyways, I was thinking of cutting it, so that it's the same, you know, but I feel like this remaining, because we need it to be a little bit big, right? So, and I feel like this is not open enough. So, and yeah, I feel like this remaining is not gonna be enough to make it bubbly, like bubbly. And what I wanted to do was to use a gathering stitch, like put them together, the lining and the main fabric, use a gathering stitch. But that's not gonna work, because how am I gonna sew this together if it's not the same, you know, length? So I'm thinking of gathering it separately, because what's longer is the main fabric, and I feel like, yeah, the main fabric is fine, like because it's the one they'll be showing, right? And I want it to be like poof, like, you know, fluffier, like puffier. I need it to be puffier. And when it comes to this one, I feel like it has enough space to make ruffle. You understand? Like, to make a ruffle. Don't worry guys, it's not gonna sit here. I know this looks short. It's gonna be like here at the bottom, because that's where I want it to be, but anyways, yeah, so this is enough to gather it together. So I'm thinking of just gathering stitch the fabric on its own, gather this one on its own, and then we're gonna adjust this. We're adjusting this one according to the size of this one. So this one, that means we're not going to gather it as much as we're going to gather this one. Hey, I don't know if you guys understand me. If you don't, I'll try my best to show you guys, because as I said, I don't have it, but I'll try my best. Is it gonna work? I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work, man. Yeah, trust the process. I'm trusting the process. These days I don't have self-doubt. It's more like just do it, baby. Also wanna probably thanks. Okay, a gathering stitch is one of the easiest way to make a ruffle, ne? What is this? Anyways, so the length of the stitch must be, my machine is so dirty, sorry guys. The length of the machine must be at the highest, ne? And the tension must be the highest as well. And then just make sure that you leave enough tail at the beginning, and you also leave enough tail at the back. I'm just gonna do it close to the edge because it's just a ruffle, and you're just gonna go like that. Right, I'll be back. You don't do any back stitch, ne? We don't do any back stitch, we just stitch. And then I'm gonna ensure that I leave a long tail at the end. I'm done with the basting stitch, the gathering stitch. So I didn't like make a whole full line stitch, like a whole stitch from the beginning until the end, because I felt like it's gonna break when I gather it. So I kept on cutting it in some parts, so hence there. So let me show you because I used white on the black one. See, hence there are so many threads there, uncut threads. Yeah, because Kimseki, stop. I hope I'm making sense. English. I know I also have international thingies, so subscribers or viewers, so that's why I'm trying to stay away from the neck. Anyways, after you have done the stitch, now as you can see, it has gathered a little bit, but I'm going to gather it more. I don't even know which side is the bottom now. Oh no, I can tell. Okay, so that's the bottom. This looks cute. So I'm just gonna gather it. When you gather it, let me find one. You're going to pull the, you see, this is why you have to cut it, and it must be long. Can you see? Because you don't want it to be leaving such little thread. Anyways, at least there's some thread there. So I'm going to pull this thread, the top one, the top stitch, the top thread. That's the one that you're going to pull, and you're going to pull it gently. You're going to pull it gently. I'm not gentle. I know I'm not gentle, but I'm trying my best to be gentle. And yeah, I'm just going to pull that. As you can see, it's gathering. Can you guys see? It's gathering there. So I'm just going to do that until it's enough for my waist. And then we're going to do the same with the black, but the black, we're going to measure it according to this. Let me get into it. Okay, it's coming. But now problem is I can't think of how am I going to put this on, because it's not stretchy. It is not stretchy, and I don't have elastic. Guys. So the question is, how do I put this on? That is the question. Let me see if I have a zip. If I can find a zip. I doubt I have a zip, and it's gonna have to be an invisible one. I'm thinking of like having a zip here at the back. But like, wait, guys, wait. It's 11 p.m. 11 p.m. Anyways, oh, the lighting looks better when I'm this close. But anyways, yeah, guys, I figured that when it comes to the skirt, I'm gonna need to add a zip, because how am I going to get inside? Like, how am I gonna get in the dress? You know, I don't want to ruin it. So I'm gonna have to add a zip, I don't have a zip. I don't have time to go to buy a zip. So the skirt has a zip, Can you guys see? Yeah. The skirt has a zip. But I wanted to use this zip for like the top, right? Because I don't think this zip is not in, this is the length of the zip. That's not enough for it to be for the skirt and for the top, because you know I could have made just one long zip joining it. So I was thinking, yo, does that mean now I'm gonna have a backless top? I don't know. In order for me to add the zip, I'm gonna have to cut this. I don't want to cut it, but I'm gonna have to cut it, So where am I gonna cut it? Oh, adding the zip is also like trying to figure out how am I adding the zip with the lining. I know how to, you know, sew a zip, but with lining, I don't know how to. But I know I will do it for sure. So the skirt already has like one seam, and that's what I'm going to use in order to add the zip. Okay, so this is how I decided to add the zip. They say this is the easiest way. The seam allowance is closed, and I was going to open it, but it's like, okay, let me just close it. Then I'm going to pin the zip, ensuring that I leave some seam allowance here on the top. This is inside out. The skirt is inside out. The zip is upside down on top of the seam allowance, ensuring that the zip is in the middle of the seam allowance, and I'm going to pin that. Don't forget the seam allowance on the top. That's pinned into place, and we're going to need a zipper foot. Okay, so this is how it's looking on the zipper with the foot. Just gonna go ahead. When it comes to the zip, I'm gonna be as slow as I can. Wait. When it comes to the corners, you're going to ensure that the needle is in the fabric, and then we're going to take the foot up and then I'm going to turn it around, and then I'm going to stitch straight, then do the same and turn it around, then we go up. Okay, so this is how the zip looks. It looks nice. It looks nice and neat. It actually looks nice and neat. But this stitch, I feel like is too close to the zip, but let's see. Because the zip is in here. I can feel the zip is like in the right place. The mission is to just make it an invisible zip, right? So now I'm going to open. Here is the seam allowance. Can you see the seam allowance? That is the seam allowance. So I'm going to open the seam allowance now. And let's see. Okay, seam allowance is open, and that's how it looks with the seam allowance. Now let's unzip it. Thing is, I can't even unzip with, because I'm using one hand, the other one is recording. Wait. Okay, let's unzip. Moment of truth. Yeah, no, this is the easiest way to make a zip shim. And this is not even those invisible zips, because those invisible zips, usually the thing is smaller. But it's invisible. It's invisible. Okay, no, this is dope. This is dope. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we have the right side of the fabric facing each other. This is the bottom of the skirt, right? and I pinned one of the seam allowance of the black skirt to the seam allowance of the zipper, because I'm obviously gonna have to open this by the zipper, right? So that's why I pinned it there. And now I'm just gonna pin it around. While I'm pinning it, I'm gonna gather the black lining like to a point where, you know, it fits properly to the bottom. But honestly, the bottom doesn't really matter when it comes to the length of it, you know, the width of it, because it's going to be puffy obviously at the bottom. What matters is by the waist. So I'm just roughly going to do this. I'm going to pin it around now while gathering the black lining to fit the main fabric. So I'm done joining the bottom, ne? This is how it looks, the bottom of the skirt. Now I'm going to flip it. Oh my gosh, this looks short, guys. I hope it's not going to be short. Must not forget that it's going to be a low cut. A low cut. A low cut. This is how it looks on the other side when I flip it. Let me just show you like this. See how it looks? Very demure. Very mindful. Ooh, I think I love the ruffles. Okay, now is to fix the top parts, ne? It's going to be so ruffly, I can see it. Okay, now I'm just going to adjust the main fabric according to my waist, and then join the inner, the thread, basting thread broke here by the zip, so I'm just gonna add more basting thread there, and then readjust it according to the waist. That's where I want it. Okay, now I'm going to pin the top, right? Remember this, the lining must be with the zip, the seam must be with the zip, ne? But also when I'm pinning it, I have to ensure that it does not overlap here. You know, it does not overlap, so I have to ensure that it's sitting like that at the bottom of the skirt, because when I turn it around, we don't want the black to show. So let me go ahead and pin around the main fabric. Also, meanwhile, I'm also gathering the black, the lining to fit the main fabric. Okay, now I'm going to do a top stitch, but I'm gonna do it on the white because, you know, that's the main fabric. Obviously there's gonna be excess fabric here, so if you're cutting, you can make your lining smaller, like 1 inch or 2 inches smaller than your main fabric. But yeah, now I'm going to put that all together, and I'm gonna stitch the white because, you know, we're not gonna need this anymore. I almost forgot the zip when it comes to the lining, ne? Hey, I almost forgot. But anyways, it's okay. It's okay. So I ensured that the seam allowance of the lining is in a straight with the seam allowance of the zip, and I made a top stitch at the end of the zip to join the lining with the with the main fabric. Now I'm going to open the seam allowance of the lining, and I have to figure out how am I going to join it to the zip. Let's figure that out. Okay, so I just pinned the what do they call it, the seam allowance of the lining to the zip. And let me switch the flash on so you guys can see. And if you look closely, oh my nails, I didn't stick close to the zip, because we need space for it to close. So yeah, now I'm gonna do a stitch going around like that and like that, the same way we did with the zip, but I'm not gonna get too close to the zip when I stitch this. Okay, this is what we are working with. This is how it looks at the back. I don't know if I should gather it more here. Now it's time to make the top. The top. The top, this is what I have. I hope it's enough. So I am going to need like a piece for the front and then 2 pieces for the back. I think I'm also going to add lining, guys, because this is white and it's see-through. Oh, look, when I just place it like that, how it looks. Okay, I just have to ensure that I leave enough seam allowance for this one because the skirt is this far. I think I should start with the lining, hey? Because the lining, I'll be able to make a pattern with it. So I think I should start with the lining for the top, and then I'll be able to cut according to the lining. Or I can just tuck it in and sew it. I'm getting excited now. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be stunning. It's gonna be a wow. It's gonna be a wee. Okay. Okay, so I folded the, the front part, ne? I folded it together so that, you know, both the sides are the same, right? Are the same size, and I ensured that these seams are together, and that is the middle of the top. And then obviously for the back, I ensured that it's also the same. Looks like it's the front. It looks like this is the boob part, but this is the top part. We have the 2 backs. Yes. Oh, the mess. Okay, this I pinned the pattern of the front, right, the lining, and I cut the main fabric. I did leave like this extra fabric at the bottom. I'll cut it like, you know, when we put it to the skirt, when we put it together to the skirt. But I'm gonna do the same with the back, right? Same pattern as the lining. For the loops and the string, I'm just gonna fold the material roughly like that, and then I'm going to ensure that it's on that last line of the sewing machine. I'm not sure how many centimeters or how many inch is that, and I'm just gonna make a straight stitch. Then when I'm done, that's when I'm gonna cut it following the stitch. And I'm also doing it inside out. As you can see, this is inside out. Okay, so I pinned the, what do they call them, the loops, ne? And I pinned them on the right side of the fabric, right, and facing the wrong direction. Now I'm just going to sew them, and then we put the lining. Okay, so for the top, ne, this is the upper part of the top, right? I'm going to stitch it like this. As you can see, these are the right sides of the fabric, and the reason why I want to stitch it like this is because when I fold it, I don't want I want this to show. So if I'm gonna sew it like in the normal way, this is gonna hide, it's gonna go like that, and I don't want that. I want the silkiness to show, so that's why I'm gonna sew it like that. So I'm gonna do a top stitch following this stitch right here on top of the silk material, and that's just for the top part, and then we're gonna come for the back part. I'll show you guys once I'm done. It's 1:15. I'm running late. I'm supposed to be preparing myself and leave in like 2 hours at 3 p.m. but I guess I'm gonna be an hour late. Anyways, okay, so this is how it looks. This is the inside. Oh, I have to clean that up. And then this is the outside, right? The main fabric. Now we are short with the sides, so I am going to flip it over. I'm going to flip it over, and then we're gonna make a stitch. I'm just gonna have to pin them here, and then we're gonna make a stitch on this side and do the same on the other side. And then I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, I'm done. Oh, the mess in my room. Now I'm gonna flip it around. I pray it's perfect. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. These kids and these firecrackers. I'm putting and these kids and these crickets as firecrackers in English. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Perfectionist. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. This is great, guys. This is great. Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see how it came out? Let me show you guys properly. Let me show you guys how it came out. How perfect is this? How perfect. I'm just gonna have to iron it so that it sits in place. Love it. I could actually make this like a two-sided dress. The problem is this. But anyways, okay, I'm wearing it inside out so that I can figure out how much I need to cut off here, because that's a lot there. So I want to pin it while I'm wearing it. I want to pin it while I'm wearing it. Just have to ensure that the zip is on the right side. I just have to ensure that this is sitting properly. Whew. Okay, it's time to pin. How am I going to pin this? Do I just pin it like this? I pin it like this, right? And then when I flip it. Okay. I'm thinking, how do I pin this? Okay, pinning it is going to be hard while I'm wearing it. So I'm just going to draw with a chalk where I have to cut it. So I'm going to take it a bit lower. This is where I want it to sit like this. Okay, I made a mark. Let me take the skirt off. This is the top, ne? I'm going to cut that off, leaving seam allowance, fold it to ensure that it's even. And then we sew it together. So let me cut this, leaving seam allowance, don't forget that. And we are done. Oh my gosh. OMG. So I had a problem, guys. Guys, I don't know if I can show you the back. I feel like when I sew for myself, my waist keeps on getting smaller and smaller. The amount of times I had to adjust it here at the back. Guys, no, I even did it by hand because now I'm running out of time. I have to go. But oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. No, this is cute. It literally came out how I envisioned it. Like, wow. Like, damn. Okay, let me be quiet and show you guys properly. Okay, Murake. I mean, this is so cute. I have to style it though for like the event that I'm going to, because this is too formal for the event that I'm going to. I'm going to a hip-hop event, imagine. I'm not even sure if it's a hip-hop event, but it's Touchline's event, so I'm not sure if it's just hip-hop or they'll be playing other music. But I feel like this is too formal for a hip-hop event. Mara also, it's like, okay girl, okay, like pela kwena fela ona lemusisi osu double chest. My gosh, let me style it and then I'll show you guys how I style it. Oh my gosh, damn girl, this is nice. And this, ladies and gentlemen, are there gentlemen watching? But I'm sure they are. I've been getting comments from gentlemen. But this is the final result. I don't know if I should keep this top or I don't want to wear, like I want to have something here. I'm wearing these boots. Hey, me and these socks. The style of socks and boots has been a thing for me. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I should keep this top or not. Because I wanted it to be baddie, like gothic, like baddie vibes. And it is. Damn. I always say this, But this is one of the nicest things I've made this year. Like, wow. Like, guys. Like, no man, I gotta start my business now because I'm missing out on a lot of money. So starting soon, working on it. So y'all prepare yourself for your orders, okay? Thank you very much for watching this video, this tutorial. You know, my videos, I don't really know if they are tutorials, but I show you guys how I make these things. But thing is, I'm also learning. So is it a tutorial if I'm also learning? I don't know. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Please let me know what you guys think of the skirts, of this dress. Rated out of 10. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell. Hey, I almost bit my lip saying all of these things because it's a lot. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. I love you guys. See you next time.